You could go on.
I was asking Dad the other day, would you date a flat earther?
Or someone that doesn't believe in climate change.
Could you date someone that was like Earth is flat?
The Earth is flat. No, definitely not. Not even the climate change thing either.
You couldn't, right?
I couldn't.
Dad was like, I don't know. It depends. I was like, I feel like I couldn't take anything you say seriously. After
Yeah.
What's poppin'?
Brand new whip just hopped in.
Hi.
What's cracking?
What is this? Episode 30?
Ooh.
Ooh. What the fuck?
Episode 30.
Episode 30.
Damn.
30 weeks of doing this.
That's
That
nuts.
is what it is, right?
Crazy.
30
Congrats.
weeks.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Congrats,
feel like
everyone.
it though.
Doesn't feel like it's 30.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Thank you guys so much for getting this far into this podcast. If you've watched every single episode, or if it's your first episode, welcome to Date Night. I'm Harjit, your host.
Ooh. What an intro, man. That was solid.
These people are just here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just here.
Y'all introduce yourselves, all right? I gotta do the what's poppin' and intros. Come
Hey,
on,
I did
now.
the what's poppin'.
True.
We got me, Jazz, Leo. We got Marie and Eric in the house.
What's going on,
up?
folks?
What's up? What's new? What's poppin'?
You know, the state is on fire.
State's
Currently,
on fire.
Yep.
You
Everything's
already
burning
know.
up. Lots of smoke in the air.
Really smoggy in here.
Yeah.
I
in
heard
this
like the
apartment.
world is like just in chaos right now.
Imploding from
Yeah.
the inside out.
Iowa people were dying or something.
What?
Really? Iowa, really?
all
What's
along
happening in
the
Iowa?
all on the west coast, up to Canada. It's just fires.
Yeah, because it's not just
Um,
California.
yeah.
Oregon is getting hit pretty
Oh, yeah.
bad.
Oregon's
Yeah.
so beautiful too.
Maybe
Everything's,
it
like,
was
green up
Oregon,
there.
not Iowa. I don't know.
We'll fact check that.
Yeah. I don't know, but there's something happened in Florida, like just everywhere.
There's
A
always shit
lot
going down in
going
Florida. Eh?
on.
There's always
That's
something
true.
going down in Florida
Yeah.
for sure.
That's
It's so
a
funny
fact.
because my dad, I don't know if he like just has never read a map or something, but like he like doesn't know the United States, and so he's always like, "Did you guys get hit with that hurricane?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You know, don't you live in Florida?" I'm like, "No, I live in California."
What?
Pops
he's
doesn't even
like-
know where you live.
He's like, "Well, is that in your Florida?" I'm like, "It's on the other side." This happens far too often. Like every day, he's like, "Yeah, like, I want to move to Florida too." And I'm like, "I don't live in
Live in
Florida."
California, man. What's going on,
That
Dad?
is so funny. He's like, whatever. It's all the same.
It's
You're
all the
far.
U.S. is the U.S., man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All the
That's-
same to him.
Although California is very different from Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as
Night and day
we all
difference
know.
for sure.
Mhm.
California is different from most other states,
Mhm.
actually.
Even within California, it's like so different depending on where you go. Have
True.
you guys you guys have been to different parts of Cali, right?
Not really.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys got to drive down to San Diego.
That's what I've been telling them.
Everyone
We hear
says
this
that.
every week.
I highly recommend visiting. I lived in San Diego for like 3 years and I hated it personally. Especially you, Jazz, for someone that appreciates culture.
Mm-hmm.
It has no culture. You heard it here first, folks.
Really?
From Marie.
It's just not as culturally diverse.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
I also feel that San Diego is very segregated.
Yeah, it is.
Like I'm from the Bay where it's, the Bay Area is where the Black Panthers were. It's like super liberal. In the 70s, it was like super hippie,
Mhm.
a really hippie place. So when I moved to San Diego, it was a culture shock.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ooh, expand on that. How so?
I just have never been around.
Say it. Say it. I
So
know what
many
you're gonna
white
say.
people?
Yes,
Harsh
I've
said
never
it.
been around so many white people in my life to where it was like I clearly was singled out.
Mhm.
Like that was a
yeah.
different feeling. And like I remember visiting and I would see like another Black person and I'm like, "Hey, you're Black. Like, can we be friends?"
I feel like that's
We're part of the
us
same
here.
clan.
Oh my God,
That's
so
100% us here. Like,
Really?
if I meet a brown person,
Mhm,
they're my friend.
mhm.
They
Like,
have to
if
be.
you're
Have to
Indian,
be.
you're my. I remember one of my good friends, Sahana. I met her in an improv class.
Hmm.
Literally the only reason we're friends is because we're both brown.
She's
No,
hilarious,
that's
by the way.
Yeah,
brought her
Shout out
so
to
funny.
Hannah.
That's
She's
brought her home. I'm
hilarious.
like, you found one of us here in Hollywood?
I love that.
Yeah, I was like, Hardy's gonna be so excited that I met you.
I was amped. I gave her a big hug as soon as I saw
Yeah.
her. I'm like, Thank
I
God.
love that. That's
Yeah.
such love, though.
It's like when we came here, we were like, especially from Brampton. Brampton is, we call it Brown Town because it's just filled with Indians.
Mhm.
And so coming here, we were like, hello, like where, especially going to acting class. I'm like always the only Indian person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a culture shock for us here
For
too.
sure.
Yeah, I can say I probably never experienced that. Living in LA my whole life, there's Hispanic and Latino people
All over the place.
Everywhere, yeah.
especially in the valley. It's just
Yeah.
like they're just growing out of the trees out
Yeah,
there. You know what I mean?
exactly. They're all over the place.
They're all over the place.
We were talking about moving home the other day because we were
What?
like, we're not going to because we signed a lease. But I was like, if we didn't sign a lease to this place,
I'm
we
like,
probably would have moved home because
Wow.
like there's nothing for us here right now. Until things open back up, like there's literally no point of us
Right.
being here, especially with the fires. Like
Yeah.
we're just breathing in
smoke.
smoke. And then like you know how on the weather app on your phone it tells you like the air
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah.
It's been like 150 here.
Mhm. It doesn't even have the option in Canada. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't show you air quality because it's just good.
It's always
Yeah.
it's always at
It's just
zero.
great.
It's like they
Yeah.
don't even have that.
Did you guys know that the fires were a thing before you guys came out here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I guess you just take it with a grain of salt until you're here.
Right.
Yeah.
Until you experience
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Marie-
It's like earthquakes. It's like, yeah, California has them, but
But like, it's not gonna happen when
Yeah.
I'm there.
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And then like Toronto has snow. Like everywhere has something.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
Florida has hurricanes, you know?
Yeah. And crazy people.
And crazy
Yeah.
people.
A lot
I
of crazy
saw a
people.
video of, I'm not sure if it was Florida. I saw it this morning. It's of this group of like 10, 20 people running through Target
With their masks
with
off.
their masks off,
Yeah.
telling everyone else to take their masks off.
I think that was Florida.
It's Florida, right?
Sounds
it
like
has to be Florida.
Florida.
Why?
Somewhere in the East Coast, I feel like.
I don't understand people that don't wear masks, man.
And
I agree with
then
you.
and then these videos where it's like I saw this older man in a store and he wasn't wearing a mask, and then this girl was like, "Excuse me, sir, like you have to wear a mask," and he was calling her a Nazi
I feel like that word gets thrown around a lot these
Yeah.
days.
because he's like, you don't see that you're basically a Nazi trying to control everything, blah blah blah. Like, what are you even talking about?
Mhm.
People take it so seriously. It's like, wear a fucking mask
Yeah.
and you could be saving lives.
Yeah.
That's it. The only downfall is it's a slight inconvenience.
An inconvenience versus a life.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah.
You're so selfish,
Yeah,
bro.
facts.
Yeah,
Have you guys seen the social? Is it the social dilemma?
Social,
No, I haven't, but I
dilemma.
want to see it. I was actually gonna watch it last night, but it was late, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this right now.
Yeah.
Don't watch it at night.
Don't. We
We
fell
fell asleep in
asleep.
like 3
I saw the
minutes.
trailer for it. It looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But then the following day, we watched through the whole thing and it was dope.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
An
it
hour and
like
a half.
freaky? Like, does it make you super concerned, or was it just like informative?
I feel like
It's-
I knew a lot of what it's like. I knew a lot of what they were saying, but I never really took it in. You
Mhm.
know, like it's a lot of just like, you know, we're being controlled and everything is. I think we talked about on the podcast once. It's just like advertised, like everything that's coming to our phone is
Mhm.
like it's there for a reason.
Absolutely.
Nothing's by chance. Everything
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
controlled, and we're all controlled by like our phones. Up to the point where it's like when you look at an Instagram post, it's timed how long you look at that specific post. And based on that, that's how the algorithm works, and you'll get more posts like that if you look at that one longer.
Yeah, I think there's a word for it. I think it's called a technocracy, something like that, where
Mhm.
essentially it's all these major corporations like Microsoft, Google, Apple. They essentially have like a monopoly on data. So they have the free reign to just basically sell our data to other companies and buy
Yeah.
out smaller companies and just kind of transform kind of like almost like our reality into this techno type of crazy state where they're just constantly selling us stuff and
Yeah.
monitoring
Yeah.
us. It's
Selling our
crazy.
information.
Selling our information.
And they just collect everything we do. They have like
Yeah.
massive fucking computers that just collect all of our data, which is so
Algorithms.
That
fucked.
is so
And
Weird.
they're talking about there's no like truth filter. So like these computers that are controlling what comes to us, they don't know what's true. Because
Yeah.
the computer can't sense the truth.
Yeah.
And they said fake news spreads 6 times faster than real news on the internet.
Of course.
Wow,
Which
that's
is
such a
nuts.
crazy
Of course.
word, fake news, just
Yeah.
in general. You know,
Mhm.
because what one person thinks is fake, you could show that to another person and be like, yeah, that's totally true.
Is that,
It's
I was
totally legit.
telling Jazz that there's so many like studies and stuff that I've seen where like I'll go online and something will say one thing and then I'll Google it and I'll find that not to be true. But the thing that I originally saw has like 7 studies behind it.
Mhm.
But the thing that is not true has like 10 studies behind it.
Mhm.
So I'm like, what is the truth at this point?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Ooh, that's tough. I think that also when it comes to like studies and statistics, all of that can be manipulated.
Exactly.
100%.
You know, like you can use certain information. You can take a study and use information that validates your point and like ignore everything else in the study.
Yeah.
So it could be
Mhm.
like one little incident that's like, oh yeah, what you're saying is true, but like all these other things are saying that it's not true. But because
Yeah.
of that one thing, people will use that as like, see, this study backs it up.
Exactly.
But does it?
Yeah, and people even take things out of context.
Absolutely.
Right, they'll take like a snippet from like you were saying, like I don't know, like a scientific journal or an article or something, be like, and post it on social media or something, be like, see, this proves that, and it's because I took it from this little type of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just taking things
Yeah.
out of context, you know.
I feel like it was definitely a wake up call for a lot of people. I hope it's a wake up call for a lot of people.
Mhm.
One of the things that really hit me was Gen Z is the first ever group of people that started social media in middle school.
Imagine
And
how
so-
fucked that would be.
And there was this chart of like the suicide rates and the depression rates and how much it's increased since social media has been out. And I'm like, well, yeah, because
Yeah.
like people say some hurtful shit. You judge your whole life based on likes and dislikes, and
Mhm.
Right.
and
Uh,
it's
yeah.
so easy to bully somebody.
Yeah.
They showed like the graph, and like I think 2011 was when social media apps came to cell phones,
Mhm.
and like the suicide rates and depression rates just went. It was like this, and it just went like that.
Mhm.
Just
That
skyrocketed,
Yeah.
is
especially in teens.
I
so sad.
I think about like I think I started Facebook when I was like in 10th grade or something, or 11th grade.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I was like thinking back and I'm like, I had so much fun before that. Like
It-
I used to go to the mall, I used to go to house
Yeah.
parties,
Yeah.
we would get drunk. Like nobody was taking pictures of each other.
Mhm.
No
That's
one's like,
true.
let's take a selfie.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Like that didn't start until my mid 20s.
Mhm.
And it's so crazy that like
There were no selfies.
there were no selfies.
No, there weren't.
And
That
now
was
it's
sick,
like
eh?
it's so annoying going out with someone. They're like, let's take a picture, and I'm like, okay.
Or like someone's always storing something, so
Yeah.
you're making sure you can't even like let loose all the way because you're like, yo, these people are all storing.
No, that's
and I'm not trying to
facts.
turn
Yeah.
up like that right now and be online.
That's fact.
So it's like, fuck, man.
I mean, I think about like stuff in high school. Like, think about the pressure that you went through just from like your own high school, or like let's say like the school district, because you
Mhm.
know things get around within schools within a school district.
Mm-hmm.
But when you add social media into that, and like that's on a literally like a global scale. It's not just like, oh, there's a rumor going around school. It's like, no, this is your whole life, that, or like it feels like your whole life, because essentially if it's on the internet, then like the whole world will
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it just, I feel for the younger generations. I really do.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, there's like no escaping it. I feel like if you're on social media in high school these days, right? Like I feel like
You kind of have to be on social media.
right when we were in high school, you could, if you're getting bullied or something, or you're having a hard time in school, you get to go home and be away from that. But I
Mhm.
feel like now, if
It
you're
follows
on,
you
it
almost.
follows you
Yeah.
home
Yeah.
where you
Facts.
sleep. You can't go on a vacation; it's going to be there. You're constantly checking your phone. I know that happens to me.
Mhm.
Like I catch myself just like picking up my phone, like opening up Instagram. I'm like, why am I doing
Yeah.
this?
Why am I on?
And I immediately close the app. And I was like, there's nothing there for me.
I
that's gonna
literally
benefit me.
keep deleting Instagram off my phone.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I'll be like, if I have my phone on me, I'm instantly just checking Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I doing this? And then like people's posts will bug me, and then I get triggered, and there's like, and I'm just like, I need to just put this
Mhm.
away. And Harjit has to remind me. He's like, just delete the app, and I'm like, okay.
Delete it.
Yeah.
It's also set up so that like when you click on the app, then it's set up for you to be on there
Yeah.
Yeah.
like for a while.
Yep.
Right? Like
Yeah. These companies know what they're doing.
yeah.
They know
100%.
how to like grab our attention, hold on to it, and then monetize it at the same
Mhm.
time.
I
you know?
also feel like with all of these algorithms that essentially like show us what we want to see, or like take how we already are and use that to like show us more stuff to, I guess, perpetuate the ideas that we already have, or like the things that we already like. I feel like that is what has created such a division among
Yeah.
people,
Yeah,
because
you're
it's
right.
like, if I am feeling validated by what I see,
Hmm.
then to me that's the truth,
Right.
and that's all that
Mhm.
matters, because essentially I keep seeing it. Like
Mhm.
people must agree with me, and it must be true.
Everyone must think this way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because I see it. That's all I see on
That's
Twitter.
all
all
you
I
see.
see.
Right?
Yeah.
No, it's a good point, Marie. I feel like you go on Twitter and let's say you have like a liberal bias,
Mhm.
right? Let's say everything that you believe in has like strong liberal properties, right?
Mhm.
And you're liking a bunch of liberal posts, you're liking a bunch of those types of leaning
Yeah.
type of posts. That's all you're gonna see
Yeah.
Yeah.
on Twitter. That's all the algorithm's gonna show you.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna kind of like doubling down on
In your
on
bubble.
that type
But
of
it's
mentality. You're
so
in a
fucked
bubble.
up because even if you just like one post,
Yeah.
Mhm.
then that's all you will see,
It'll start
and
feeding
then
you that,
then you're being fed all this information, and you're like,
Mhm.
wait a minute, I should believe in this because this is all I see.
So you never see the other side
Yeah.
of the
Mhm.
coin.
Yeah,
Right.
like I was talking to my roommate the other day, and we were talking about corona, and she was saying how she feels like if older people are more susceptible to getting it, or they're higher risk, then why haven't we been hearing about like more older people dying, or like nursing people in nursing homes dying? I'm like, we have.
We have.
We
She's like,
have.
I haven't seen it on the news. I'm like, we're not consuming the type of media that will give us that type of news. But yes, there has been. So
Mm.
if your main source of your main source of news media or news outlet is through the media of social media, and your social media is feeding you things that you're interested in and things that you're liking, which are not necessarily associated with like news,
Mhm.
Right.
then no, you're not gonna see it. You
Yeah.
know, like you're not gonna see articles about like old people dying because
Mhm.
you're liking, fashion posts.
I feel that.
And I was just saying, like, that's a real thing. And I
Oh.
feel like
Even when I remember when there were the protests happening, I had to have like a really tough conversation with my family about like which side they should stand on and all that stuff. And then most of them were like, well, I don't like the looting. And I'm like, well, that's all you're hearing about. You're not hearing about the peaceful protest. You're not hearing about people coming together, like unity. You're just hearing about the looting because that's all you're looking for, and that's all
Mhm.
like the news outlets are giving you, and you're not seeing the other side.
right.
So there's like the positive side of like watching the news and just not looking at social media, but there's also that like it's so biased and
Mhm.
it's so
Yeah.
one-sided.
And I think for me, I forget what class it is, but it definitely made me want to watch like all forms of different news outlets, like not just ones that, like, for example, Fox News sways right. And I don't necessarily agree with everything on the right side. So I'm like, but I want to see what they're saying. I want to see what the rhetoric is. I want to see like what they're saying on the news, because this is being sold to somebody, and there's
Mhm.
people out there who believe it.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's ooh.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
You could go on.
I was asking Dad the other day, would you date a flat earther?
Or someone that doesn't believe in climate change.
Could you date someone that was like Earth is flat?
The Earth is flat. No, definitely not. Not even the climate change thing either.
You couldn't, right?
I couldn't.
Dad was like, I don't know. It depends. I was like, I feel like I couldn't take anything you say seriously after that.
Yeah.
Well, people have
Yeah.
some crazy theories
Yeah.
for sure.
You know?
People have some crazy ideas.
Yeah.
I don't think I could.
Yo, guys, comment below if you're watching on YouTube. Could you date a flat
I think
earther?
it's so hard. Like,
Good question.
those kinds of questions are so hard for me because I'm like, well, like, why do they think this way? Like, are they like, did they do a vast amount of research and like are like, yo, I really think so, and like it could. There's so many different, like, a lot of my friends, a lot of the people, a lot of my family, I don't agree with anything they fucking say, but I'm still their friends and I'm still their
but
family.
you don't talk to
know
them
what I
every
mean?
day, though, right?
I think here's the thing.
I think it's such a good question, though.
Yeah.
No, this is a great
No,
question.
it is a
I have a
great
rebuttal to
question.
that. I have a rebuttal.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
great question, but I was gonna say, like, with what you just said, as far as like, you know, having a difference of opinions, a difference of opinion is different from believing certain facts or choosing to believe certain facts, or you know, not choosing to believe certain facts. I think I don't know. Facts are facts. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it. Facts are facts, guys.
Tough.
Here's my thing about like crazy theories and just like things that, you know, are very contradictory to what we've been taught in school, right? Germ theory, bacteria, viruses, blah blah. That wasn't discovered until the early 1900s. So before then, no one knew what bacteria, viruses, anything on a microscopic level even existed.
Okay.
Wasn't a thing, right?
Yeah.
So who's to say that we might not find out something similar, like something that we believed in all of our lives, 10, 15, 50 years from now, we find out that.
Turns out the earth is flat.
So you're saying...
So you're flat earther.
Yeah, fucking like, get the fuck out.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I feel you. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's
You're
all I'm
saying that maybe there is new information that we just don't know about that may come to the surface in like so many years. Yeah, like in, I don't know, the 50s, everyone smoked cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a
Pregnant
great
people
point.
smoked cigarettes. Pregnant women. Like,
Yeah, meth too, cocaine.
Yeah.
It was like
It
being
was in
prescribed by
Coke.
doctors. Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess my point is just to be, be receptive to new information as it comes in to the consciousness. You know, and not always just being like, no, that's not true. I'm not trying to say that, you know, the Earth is flat or anything like that.
Yeah, I 100% think the Earth is round.
Yeah.
But
just to be clear,
I've watched so many flat Earth videos. And I'm like, no, bro, how can you believe this?
Yeah.
No.
They think Antarctica's the border.
Yeah.
The ice wall, like in
It's the
Game of
ice
Thrones.
wall. Nah,
What's on the
man.
other side?
Nothing. You fall off. That's what they think. You can just fall off the Earth.
What do you fall off onto though?
I mean,
You know?
Yo, guys, imagine permanent, like, I mean, not permanent, infinite free fall. You just keep falling
Oh my god.
until the end of time.
That's crazy.
That'd be
That
fucking nuts.
That's
sucks.
fucking weird.
Like, you just fall off and like it never ends. You're just falling
Yeah.
until you're 80. That'd be nuts.
That'd be fucking weird.
And
You're
then
80.
what?
Until you die of something. I don't know.
I'm sure you'll
Starvation.
die very quickly. Yeah.
Oh man.
What about people who don't believe that dinosaurs are real? There's a group of people who believe that too. Dinosaurs
Yeah.
never
The
existed.
people that believe everything, man.
There's a lot of crazy theories out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I think those are choices.
Mm-hmm.
People choose to believe, and that's in everyday life, right? Like
Yeah.
people choose to believe certain things because for whatever reason.
Would you date, if you believed in God, would you date a hardcore atheist?
I
Mm.
couldn't.
You couldn't?
No.
You know, I used to think that I was an atheist at one point in my life too, but at this point I'm more like spiritual than anything.
Mm.
I'm not very religious.
Yeah.
But for someone to believe that, you know, when you die, you just, I don't know, become dirt or, you know,
Yeah.
a tree or something. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely something
There's
else.
more to it?
afterwards,
it's
you know?
just such a big part of who I am as a person that it's not even like I have anything against someone who doesn't have the same beliefs as me. It's not that. It's more so if we're talking like long-term like marriage, I would want to be with someone who has similar beliefs, or at least like core values.
Yeah, core values,
Or at least
yeah.
they're accepting of your beliefs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
So-
Yeah, like I dated somebody who was Christian, I think. and I would go to church with them, and I wasn't, you know what I mean? But just to see and
Mhm.
just to learn.
Yeah.
But
Because I
did-
realized if I wanted to be with them, I would have to learn this part of them.
Yeah.
Did the Christian guy like denounce everything that you believe though?
No.
So like an atheist would be like, no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
your God isn't something that's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
So
that's
that's
why I
different,
couldn't
right?
do
That's
it.
true,
very
yeah.
Because an atheist believes no God and
Yeah.
you believe in God.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And a flat earther believes
Yeah.
flat earth and you believe round earth. So it's like
Yeah.
two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't really matter as
Mhm.
much though. Like if someone believed in flat Earth, it's not really gonna do anything. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
whether it's round or whether it's flat. You don't think so? Maybe.
I feel like
But
I don't know. Maybe it's not going to do anything per se,
Mm.
but I do think that perspective may alter certain judgments or like the way they move because it's a perspective,
Right.
right? Like I don't know. You when you know certain things, you move according to
True.
what you know.
You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah. Do flat earthers not believe in climate change, or are those two different things?
I think that's two different
That's
things.
two different things,
things.
right?
Yeah,
Cool.
I think that's two different things.
I saw this happened recently. Someone was talking to Donald Trump. It was like a huge conference, and he was like, "Yo, you gotta like do something about climate change." And Trump was like, "It's gonna get colder." That's all he said. He's like, "Just watch. It's gonna get colder eventually."
Oh, I know what you're talking
You
about.
saw that,
I
right?
saw that. Yeah, I saw
I'm
that.
like, this
Oh
guy's
my
nuts.
I know.
No, he doesn't
God.
believe in climate change. He believes that the fires that have been happening on the West Coast are due to debris management.
Debris management.
Yes, like basically just like dry leaves and
Right.
dirt not being,
Picked
taken
up,
care
yeah.
of. And that's
Forest
why
management.
we are experiencing the fires that we have and not due to climate change.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Speaking about social media and like talking about the things that you believed in, I watched I May Destroy You.
Oh yeah.
Sick show, right?
Oh,
I haven't seen
So
it.
Such
well
a
done.
good show.
So well done.
Wow.
Yeah.
That just so good. Dang it. I don't want to give any spoilers then.
Beginning to end,
But it's
though,
really
so
good.
What's it
good.
about?
This you can say. This is kind of the first episode, right?
Well,
It's
in
in
the
the trailer.
description, it says that it talks about consent and
Mm.
like questioning what is consent and what's not consent.
Mhm.
But what would
Yeah.
you say it's about? I feel like there's so many elements of that. That's like the
Yeah.
common
What do you mean? So like
thread.
it grabs the idea behind consent and then kind of makes you question it, or
There's certain scenarios
Yeah.
where
Oh, I
it's
see.
like, okay, this clearly was not there was
Consensual.
it clearly was not consensual.
Mhm.
And then there's other situations where
There's like a blurred line.
kind of.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you guys think
Yeah.
that there's blurred lines to consent?
No.
No, I think
No.
it's
I don't.
Black and
pretty
white.
black and
Yeah.
white.
If
Yeah.
you no means no.
Yeah.
Or
course.
Even like
if it's not a clear
no
yes,
answer
then
is-
it's not a yes.
What
Exactly.
if both people are drunk? But there wasn't like any. I don't even know if that's.
tricky one.
I don't know. I
feel like
also
it's
think
based-
that like if you're drunk and you're able to, like if you can help somebody take off their clothes
Right.
and they can help you take off
You're
your
sober enough.
clothes, that means you're sober enough to know what you're doing.
Okay.
But if one person is clearly drunk and the other person is not
Right.
very drunk, that's a blurred line.
Yeah, that is very
Mhm.
blurry.
I know. I know that I was taken advantage of. Like I'm sure many times when I look back on it now, we were having this discussion that like we did some questionable things when we were younger,
For sure.
Mhm.
and you don't realize that it wasn't okay until you're older.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I was really drunk then, and like they weren't that drunk, and that means I was definitely taken advantage of, and that
Mhm.
happens so often.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, that show's dope.
But the show is really good.
should watch
It's
it.
Yeah.
really
I'ma
it's
check it
really
out.
heavy.
It is. It's heavy, but it's a must see. I would
Yeah.
say. I also finally just watched Insecure season 4,
Mm.
So
and
good.
I don't know about if you guys are these people, but I'm definitely one of those people that is like, talking to the TV. I'm not one of those people in the movie
Mhm.
theaters.
Where you're
'cause
like,
that's
no, what are
annoying.
you doing?
Yeah, but I'm definitely like my roommate is in
Yeah.
her room because she saw it already, but she wanted me to watch it. So she's just listening. And she's dying laughing at my reactions because I'm just like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I'm that person too.
Me
I'm
and
that
her, you do
person.
that all the time.
The whole season, I'm like, Molly, you dumbass bitch.
Literally.
You dumbass.
I'm like, period, bitch. Period.
Yeah.
That's
Screaming
right.
at the TV.
You tell her.
And then so I watched it, but I didn't watch the last 2 episodes because it was just like getting late, and I'm like, okay, I need to stop. And my roommate's like, no, stop, because the last 2 episodes, if you're feeling like this already, the last 2 episodes will really piss you off.
Oh, the last episode.
I can't
Yeah.
remember what happened in the last episode.
I realized I'm like, I get so
Oh,
emotionally
I got you.
invested when I watch
Mm-hmm.
things, and I'm like so like I feel like I'm just so excited, you know, when
Right?
things are
You're so
excited, or I'm
hyped.
like so hurt. Like she told me that it gets bad, and for the rest of the night, that's all I was thinking about. I'm like ready to be pissed off, and I'm or I'm like the next day I was thinking about it, and I'm just like, oh man, or like something happens on the show, and then it makes me think about something in my life, and I'm just like, see, and this is why, and I'm just like,
This is why I did
going
that.
off. I'm going off, and I'm like, why do I get so emotionally
I know.
invested? Do you guys?
No,
get
that happens to me
Same.
too.
No, that happens
me
to
all
us
the time.
too.
Yeah.
I get so attached. I get pissed when like a story is not done and then it gets canceled. Like the show just gets
Yeah.
canceled.
Yeah.
Like high
Like,
fidelity?
There's like a
Yes.
sick ass cliffhanger at the end
sad.
and then canceled.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
I'm never gonna know now. I have to find the writer.
Mhm.
Like, figure out what the fuck happened to this character now, you know? It bugs me, man.
That's. I mean, I guess that's like a testament to good writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
100%.
Right?
I thought it was just me. I'm like, why am I like this? I'm ready to cry. I'm like,
Oh no, we are so like that. We would act as if Issa was like our older sister,
Mhm.
Right.
and like we'd be like, oh, let's see what she's doing today.
Aw.
Like it's Sunday, it's Issa day. Oh, I miss Insecure.
I know.
Have you seen Insecure, Eric?
I haven't.
Oh.
Have you seen
Aw,
Hamilton,
man.
guys?
No,
I haven't.
it's
You
so
guys are
sad.
waste. You guys are waste.
You're a waste, man.
Come on, bro.
I know you guys love Hamilton.
Yeah.
You're the fucking up. Man. Kevin,
Soundtrack,
Like, I
got
can't even talk
books,
to you
love
You
it.
might as well be a flat earther at this point.
Wow.
You're a non-Hamiltoner?
Non-Hamilton.
Come on, bro.
You don't believe in
Fucked up.
Hamilton?
Come on.
I
You
have to
don't
be
believe
in the
in
For
mood
real.
for stuff. I have to be in the mood for certain things.
No, it
I
makes
think
sense.
that's also why, because I know that I get so emotionally invested. That's why I don't like watching rom-coms, or I don't like.
Mm.
Yeah, like I would rather watch something funny because I get like so emotional.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched Money Heist?
Yeah.
I have
Some
not.
Money Heist.
Oh,
Yo,
so
we were
good.
Season
screaming
two.
at the TV the whole
Yeah.
time. We're like, why? It's so
I'm like,
tense, like the
what
whole
is
way. You're just tense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That show's dope. Season
Dope.
2 right now.
Dope.
I love thrillers.
Mm-hmm.
Rapid fire. Favorite series or movie or genre? Go.
What?
Wait, what?
One of
a lot of
my
questions.
favorite movies that's kind of like a thriller is Training Day.
Okay.
I love Training Day.
One of
for
my
sure.
favorite thrillers is Shutter Island. Have you guys
Ooh,
seen that
that's a
shit?
good one.
It's a good one, right?
That's
it's
a dope
good ass
one.
movie.
Yeah.
Jazz, you haven't seen that, right?
I
No.
haven't seen that.
What is it? Hush?
Hush?
Is that what it's
Hush.
called?
Hush.
Where she's
No, Hush. Yeah, Hush.
Hush.
Hush. That doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to Google the name and you continue.
You know what I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You
What
know
do you got?
exactly what I'm talking about.
My I guess one of my favorite movies would be Gone Girl, and then
Yo,
favorite-
Gone Girl's a good
Gone
one.
Girl's so
So
good.
good.
Gone Girl's a good one.
That's a dope one.
and
for
then
sure.
Ozarks.
Ozark's
really
yeah.
good.
Shit,
Love
for sure.
Ozarks.
There have been a lot of good shows lately.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You guys have seen The Haunting of the Hill House, right?
Not yet.
You guys are so...
So good.
What are you watching? What are you guys even doing now?
But to be fair, Haunting of the Hill House is like if you like horror.
I don't like horror.
Okay.
don't like
A
horror?
lot of people
Oh, you
don't
don't?
like
I
horror.
I
Yeah.
love
Definitely don't
horror.
watch Haunting of the Hill House because that
Okay.
shit's scary as fuck, man.
I don't like to
Babadook?
be scared.
Babadook's sick.
Babadook's fire.
There's one part of Haunting of the Hill House where I screamed.
Yo, she
Like,
actually
so-
grabbed my shoulder and just
Yeah.
like, clawed it. It was...
What movie is this?
This is a
a
show. It's
show.
called
Oh, it's-
Haunting of the Hill House.
Cool. I will not watch that.
Yeah. I screamed.
It's probably
Very loudly.
I would say the best horror I've watched.
Dude, I'll
Yeah.
go back and still watch like the original Exorcist,
Oh,
and
yeah?
that movie
Mm.
freaks me out.
No.
Mhm.
That shit is wild. Late at night, by yourself,
Mhm.
11
Absolutely
p.m.
not.
Put it on the big screen, surround sound. You know what I mean? It's a wrap.
My mind goes crazy on its own. I don't need actual
I
visuals
love scary shit,
to
man.
think about and like associate. No, when I'm by myself at night and I just like hear something fall. No, I don't
Yeah,
need that
that's
extra
the
worst.
scariness in the back
It's
of
the
my
You know what's
worst.
tough to find though? Like good ass scary movies, because there's so many dumb ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of stupid
There's
ones.
like 90% stupid scary movies, and there's 10% really good
What
ones,
was
like
that?
really well thought out.
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh,
Do you guys
Mhm.
remember that
Yeah.
film?
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
That movie fucked with me when I was a kid.
When you were young, right?
When I
Yeah.
was younger, yeah. That was a good
I
one.
watched it when I was older, and I was like, "This is stupid.
Really?
This would never like for
This will
me.
never
I
happen.
needed it to be possible. I need the thing to actually be possible.
And those are the ones that I stay away from.
Yep.
Yeah, those are the ones I
Anything that has
need.
to do with like spirits or because I do believe in that stuff, I can't watch it.
You believe in
Mhm.
spirits?
I do.
Ghosts?
I believe in
Is that the same thing? Yeah, right?
spirits.
Yeah.
Ghosts? Spirits? What
Yeah.
about Signs with Mel Gibson?
I haven't seen that.
I
The
remember that.
Alien movie.
Yeah, I
That movie
remember
fucked
that.
with
me.
I remember watching it, but I can't remember. It was so long ago.
That was a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
I
was a
think
good
I
one.
watched it in like 5th grade or something.
Mhm.
Like that's an old one.
That's an old one for sure.
What the fuck are we talking about our favorite movies?
Ghosts?
What?
Spirits?
Oh, the time?
Do you believe in
Yeah.
ghosts? Harsh?
Do I believe in ghosts?
Spirits?
I haven't seen a ghost before,
No.
so
I haven't
I'm
either.
I'm open to it, but I just haven't seen one.
I
Have
definitely
you guys
feel
seen one or felt one?
I felt spirits.
The thing
Yeah.
about me is when someone tells me, "Yo, I feel a spirit in this room," I just start feeling that fucking spirit too at that point.
Mm.
I just convince myself that, yeah, you know what? This room, if no one tells me anything, the room is not creepy. But as soon as someone tells me, yo, someone died here, my brain's like, all right, now it's creepy. So it wasn't creepy in the
that's
first
fact.
place? I don't
That's
know.
fact.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've definitely felt a presence a few times in my life where like, you know, I don't know. I guess it just depends like if you're one of those people who is like sensitive to
Mhm.
energy and all that. And
I
like,
definitely am.
yeah,
I feel like the
am
spirits
too.
know
I'm
that
so
too.
sensitive to
Yeah.
energies.
So
Mhm.
like I don't know, it's just it's I can't even say what it is, like the feeling, but it's like I don't know, you just
You feel it.
and sometimes it freaks me out and I literally just like have to pray because I'm just like, oh no, because even if it's like not a malicious spirit, I think I don't know, it's just scary to
I
me.
think there's people who are more prone to feeling or being able or aware of
Mhm.
spirits or ghosts or anything like that
Yeah.
versus other people.
You can train yourself
That's what I was going to
to
say.
to be
Yeah.
more like susceptible to those things. Definitely. I definitely feel like I've not really trained myself, but I've definitely grew up just like feeling it more and more
Mhm.
Yeah.
the older I get,
Mhm. Being sensitive,
being more sensitive to it. Yeah.
for sure.
Would you
When was the last time you guys felt a ghost?
I can't say I ever have.
You never have?
The
Uh-huh.
one time that's so vivid to me is this this bar in Hollywood. I think it's called the Velvet Room or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Something Velvet or
Mhm.
Velvet. I don't know.
There's a lot of places
On
in Hollywood
Cahuenga?
that are haunted, by the way. Supposedly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've in the bathroom there twice, 2 different times. I've felt something fucking weird, and like it's so vivid to me that I still think about it. Like I'm like,
I'm
oh,
getting
there was
chills.
something there. Like
I lied. I have felt something.
Yeah?
But you said that was at the Velvet Room?
I think so. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Something Velvet
There's the Comedy Store is supposedly super
haunted.
haunted.
And you felt something there?
I'm
No, not
getting
at the Comedy Store.
chills.
I felt something at my pop's house in Texas when I
Really?
went over there. But I think it had something to do with sleep paralysis.
Okay.
I don't know if we've talked
I've
about
had
that
sleep
before.
paralysis once, and it was
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
nuts.
that's
Sleep,
so
sleep
scary.
paralysis is the worst.
I've never
for
had
sure.
that.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. All I was gonna say was usually what sleep paralysis is you can't move but you're awake,
Oh,
and
Yeah.
usually
Jazzy told me.
you see something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But this was the first time that I heard something.
No fucking shot.
Yeah, it was fucking creepy as fuck
That's
because you
crazy.
know you can't move. You're kind of like stuck on your bed, and I remember whatever it was whispering something into my ear.
That's
That
fuck.
shit. That was the worst sleep paralysis I ever
No.
had. Because usually it's just visual, right?
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
like this
Yeah.
hazy figure above you, but this time I actually heard it was like it was like that. like speaking some sort of
creepy.
weird language to me, and I was like, nope, this is it.
Nope, I'm out.
That's it.
Oh no.
So that time I did feel something
That's
for
nuts.
sure. Well, guys, that was good.
Wow, yo.
Well, yeah.
That was a great episode. Episode number 30.
Let's talk about everyone's asking about it. Conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah, people have been asking about that.
So
Yeah.
let's next week we'll make sure we talk about conspiracy theories because we've been saying that we were gonna talk about it and we didn't.
Maybe everyone could comment below what they want.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what
What
conspiracy
theory?
theory?
If you're watching on YouTube and you have a conspiracy theory that you want us to talk about and research, let us know. And yeah, man, thank you for tuning in. Love all you guys. All the
Peace
social
out.
links and everything are down below. Take it easy. Much love.
Bye.
Peace.
Why am I holding up 3?
3.
30.
30.
Episode 30, baby.
Hey.
Hey.
Bye.
All right, peace out.